Greetings to all my fantastic 1025 subscribers, and of course you, my future subscriber. Tonight we are looking at a Bell Blair 15-year-old. Quite excited about this one. I did a little bit of online shopping, and most of the people that watch my channel know I'm a little bit of a try it before I buy it type of guy. There's so many whiskies out there, so many fantastic whiskies out there, and of course some of them can be a little bit of a stinker, and I hate wasting money and buying something that I'm not going to enjoy. So I have a lovely online store that I found here in Belgium, and they have fantastic self-poured samples. So you just go through the list of things they have, pick one, and they deliver it right to your doorstep. For absolutely fantastic service. Of course, being a whiskey review channel, it's not always possible to buy a full bottle just to do a review. I think I have about probably 50, 60 odd bottles already that's open. Don't get time to drink it. So to keep the channel going, absolutely fantastic idea from them. Try it before you buy it. Buy a sample, try it, costs you €4, €5, €6. And in the end, if you don't like it, not a big problem. So tonight, the Bell Blair 15-year-old, it is matured in ex-bourbon and it's finished in sherry cask. Now I did a little bit of digging on this one, just to be sure that I get all the correct information. It is a sample bottle. They don't give me a lot of information on the whiskey. I only know it's 15 years old. I know it is 46% ABV, and I know it's a 15-year-old. So I did a little bit of digging on their website, which I was quite impressed with. They give me quite a lot of information. They give me the fact that it's non-chill filtered, it's natural color. It is, and I downloaded just to be sure, it is matured in American ex-bourbon cask, followed by a rich influence of first full Spanish oak butts. And cost around €85. And I paid for the sample €7.50. So not really cheap sample, but at least it gives me an opportunity to try it before I commit to that €85. So of course I did find some more information, and I was not sure if I'm going to read through it, but sometimes curiosity takes over. And I read, because they had a little bit of a byline next to the bottle, and I couldn't resist, so I put it in, and just to give it a quick read. And what they say, it's tropical and mature, with a texture of melted chocolate, and one of the finest finishes a single malt can bring. Ooh, that's kind of bold statement if I've ever heard one. This stunning whiskey calls for a quiet admiration. So pour it, shut up, and drink your whiskey. Round and velvety, yet developed and fresh, smoothed over by time, but with a beating heart. Whew. A little bit of a wordsmith, a word salad that was going on here. But that is what they are saying. But of course, it's all up to us. What do we get on it? What do we taste? What do we smell? Is it something that we like or not? Now, I did also a review of the Bell Blair 10-year-old, but that was from the Indian bottler of Gordon MacPhail. I loved it. Absolutely a nice fruity whiskey. So I will also put a link maybe as an end card, so if you want to see a little bit more on Bell Blair 10-year-old, and of course you can go have a look. Tonight the 15-year-old. So there is a sherry cask influence. Quite looking forward to it. I've been on a little bit of a roller coaster ride with sherry casks. I also did a review of the podcast, Aaron. Quite an interesting one. The roller coaster whiskey for me. Ups and downs. Tossing and turning all over the place. Have a look. See what the Aaron is all about. So color-wise, it is natural color. So you have a nice dark amber color. There's a little bit of a viscosity, a little bit of a oiliness into it. If you give it a little twirl, you'll see it, the nice slow legs forming. So there is a little bit of a oiliness, and that also tells me it's going to stick to the mouth and impart a little bit more flavor. And of course, when you get to the nose, oh my word, it is really nice. I love the fact that although it's 46% ABV, it's not jumping out at you. So that 15 years on the cask has definitely mellowed it down to something that is round, smooth, no sharp edges. There's a nice sweetness to it, but it is not overly sweet. So the finish in the sherry cask, probably not a long period of time. Maybe there was not a lot of sherry residual in it. It is just mellow, sweet, fruity. There's a little bit of a sherry influence. That again, light raisins, light red fruits. Everything is quite light on this whiskey. Definitely not a sherry monster. There's a little bit of an orange note. Reminds me of a sugared candied orange segments. And in the end, I also get a hint of a chocolate note. So a little bit of a Christmas one, but not an overly Christmas, not a lot of spices in it. There's a little bit of vanilla coming out. A little bit of a cinnamon note, but not much. Just a hint of that. And then that sweetness. And every time I go back, there's a little bit more of a sweet note coming out. Oh, really inviting, soft, smooth, dare I say. And nothing over powerful that is going to try to dominate the nose on it. So on the taste, cheers. Definitely that oiliness transfer into the taste as well. It does cover your mouth. Lovely sweetness. It does tell you immediately it is sherry. Quite a lovely, not overly sweet sherry that they used. Lovely fruity notes. A little bit of raisin notes coming out on the taste. A little bit of a fig note. A hint of a date. That is quite nice. There's a little bit of an oak note, but just a hint of it. And I think it is just perfect, just to complete the balance between the sweetness, that fruity components. You get a little bit of an oakiness, and then you get a little bit of a spicy note. So just after that's gone, it creates this heat, a little bit of a chili note, spicy note in the mouth, but nothing unpleasant. Again, like from the nose to the taste, it is just well-rounded, smooth whiskey. I really like it. I'm just going to give it one more try. And then, of course, I'm going to edit the video and finish this dram. Like they say, stay quiet and enjoy your whiskey. Maybe it's a good idea. So let me give it one more try. There's nothing offensive in this one. Everything just works well. 15 years being mellowed out for us to enjoy. And I must admit, I do enjoy it. 85 euros for a bottle. Are you willing to pay that for a 15-year-old? It is a little bit on the expensive side. But I must admit, try it before you buy it. They convince me, and I think the order will be going out soon to get one or maybe two bottles just to have one as a backup. Prices are going crazy. Prices are going up on a monthly basis. So maybe it's always a good idea, if you do like something, get one or two bottles, maybe 3 bottles, just to make sure that you have a backup. So thank you very much for watching. Thank you very much for all your lovely subscribers. I also have a Patreon account if you are interested in supporting some children in South Africa. We are looking at 75 children, 85 families, doing this now for the last 7 years. And of course, 100% of the money that comes into my Patreon account will go towards the children. And thank you very much for my 2 Patreon subscribers. I really appreciate you. Cheers.